You've joined us in Starting Up. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the premiere of Super Angels. In the first of this 20-part series, today we have Vishal Agarwal of Locobuzz making his pitch to Harshal Shah of Reliance Ventures. It's over to Sudhir then in the studios for all the action.
20 startups, 5 months, 4 investors. Welcome to a path-breaking new series on the show, one which will see a startup gain funding right here within our studios. Over the next 5 months, 20 of India's best startups will make a pitch to our investors. You and our investors will then help us choose the final 8, all of whom get a chance to gain funding in our grand finale. Welcome to Super Angels. We're all set to kick off a brand new series, and I have with me Harshal Shah, the founder and CEO of Reliance Ventures. Harshal, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me here.
Harshal, before we see the Locobuzz pitch, tell us what are the 3 key pointers you're looking for when you actually evaluate an elevator pitch?
Right. The first and foremost is got to be the person and the entrepreneur behind the idea, as well as the team that goes into setting up a company. Number 2 is market. So in essence, how valid is the target market, and obviously the economics and the numbers behind it. And last but not the least is the defensibility of the business plan. How good and well thought through is the defense strategy in order to ensure that you not only have a monopolistic position and an unfair monopolistic position sometimes, but in order to make sure that you are continuously growing the business plan short span of time.
So Harshal is quite clear about the 3 pointers he's looking for. Harshal, are you ready to have a look at the pitch?
Sure.
Let's have a look.
The city of Mumbai, one of the world's greatest cities. But what's really going on here right now? Or zooming in, CST, what are commuters saying? Are all trains on time? What if people's opinions and the latest news on just about anything was available to you on a map at the click of a button? Well, now it is with Locobuzz. Simply log on to a site and search for what you're looking for. Our engine collects data from all the news sources in the world and shows it on a map. You can use stars to follow your favorite celebrities' tweets and find out exactly where they came from. The real strength of the engine, though, is the power it holds for brands. They find out what people are saying, and with our sentiment analysis feature, they also find out how happy or unhappy the consumers are with them. Our revenue model is a SaaS model that people can sign up and use easily. With our 2 plan options, you pay either 15,000 per month for up to 5 keywords or 30,000 per month for up to 12 keywords. With this revenue model, we project a revenue of rupees 1 crore for this year and rupees 40 crores in the next 5 years. We would like to make a pitch for rupees 2 crores for 15% equity stake in the company. The funds will be used to grow our existing team, diversify into mobile space, and add a sales team. To find out what's really buzzing in your location, log on to Locobuzz today.
So an Indian competitor to Radiant 6 from a sector that's extremely hot and exciting right now. Vishal is actually backstage and he's been watching all of this. Vishal, come into our studios. Vishal, how do you think you did in that pitch?
We are very confident because it's a very, very innovative idea, and it's like a very hot topic right now. Everybody wants to talk about social media, and GIS is something which is just immensely insightful and powerful. So just merging the two together I think I'm very confident about my pitch.
GIS meets social media.
Absolutely.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating, and he's sitting right in front of you. Our super angel Harshal Shah. Harshal, how was the pitch?
I think you did a very good job. In a short span of time, you've been able to go ahead and convey the gist of what your product and your company is all about. The first question that I have is that you've come up with a certain revenue pipeline, but I'd like to understand a lot more about your target market, and also what's going to be your strategy in terms of growing that pipeline.
The way we look at it, any company which has people talking about their products in the social media would be really excited about this. So this is one unique platform which filters the noise very, very conveniently.
Who are your first 10 customers? Who are the first 10 folks who are going to be using this product?
We are going to be targeting a bunch of telecom companies because especially in India with the whole,
big brands?
Big brands, yes.
And agencies as well, or only brands?
We do see a lot of potential with PR agencies because it's one of the niftiest way to monitor the global impact of a brand, if you will. So we do want to sort of go that route, but we personally want to target product companies first because as a company to company, we see, we can align ourselves better to them. Coming back to, who our top 10 clients would be, I would expect 70% to be the product companies, 10% PR companies, and 20% news agencies.
So what are the barriers to entry? Is there any product IP?
We haven't filed for a patent yet, but we believe we are the first ones to merge the two together. And the biggest certification we have got for that is Digital Directions Media is the largest GIS magazine in the world. And they have been working on Newsmap for quite some time, and their editor saw this and he just wanted it. And in fact, on Directions Media site, they're already live.
Right now, you stated that your revenue numbers are X, and your revenue projected numbers in the next 4 years are going to be something else. How big a percentage share of the market are you going to get, and what actually is a target addressable market?
So I don't have the exact figures from top of my head, but there's been a lot of movement away from the print media into the digital marketing space. What has been the major mover there was the email marketing, and soon it is now becoming the social media. So it's a double-digit billion-dollar industry for sure. I don't know the exact figures.
Not having the market size, does that give a good impression to a super angel, Harshal?
I'm sorry, it doesn't. But I'd like for you to have your data on your fingertips. And you haven't really addressed the question about the product roadmap in order to make the company as well, right?
The product, no, we have Locobuzz online, which is for the corporate users. And then we have Locobuzz on the mobile platforms, which is like a paid application, if you will, on iPads and your Galaxy tablets and such devices. And thirdly, we have like a free product for people to come in without the analytics and the communication engine to just browse news. So we're reading this very interesting explanation about vitamins, painkillers, and cocaine. That how your every feature could either just be a vitamin.
What are you?
So I think we are painkiller right now.
Not cocaine.
But no, obviously we need to develop a bit more. I think once we implement the vision we have for the iPad application, oh hell yeah, we'll be cocaine.
Stage, what do you make of the valuation?
I think that the valuation is not something that I completely understand in terms of the numbers that you are talking about.
2 crores for 10%.
For 15, right?
15%. Yeah.
I think that's obviously out of the ballpark. You still haven't been able to justify your first crore, leave alone your first sale.
Harshal, he still has 5 months to fine-tune his business plan and his product. So what are some of the key things you're looking for him to do over these 5 months?
I think that I really like his spirit. I think Vishal is the fact that he wants to move on, up the value chain from a painkiller all the way up to, well, I won't say cocaine, but anywhere up there. It's a good place to be. I think that in essence there are 3 things that you need to get your grip around. First and foremost, you need to be able to come up with better data about your market share. Second is that you can't just simply build a company around a product. You need to be able to go ahead and come up with a company which is based upon a lot more than that. And last but not the least, personally I feel that I did some research into your company, and I found that when I actually went over to the Directions magazine website that you're talking about, I couldn't find any location which actually ended up talking about your product.
More marketing data, more clarity on the team, and perhaps more credibility. Those were Harshal's concise views. Hey, but you might disagree. If you like Vishal, you can vote for him by simply sending us a SMS, logging onto our Facebook page, or sending us an email. Is Vishal going to be India's next super entrepreneur? Tune into the Super Angels to find out.
We wish Vishal all the best, and as Sudhir was mentioning, he will now be mentored by our mentoring partner Sai, who will help him implement all those changes that Vishal mentioned. Time for us to say goodbye then, but before we go, a quick reminder, you can write into us on startingup@etnow.tv if you'd like to participate in Super Angels. You can also send us an SMS or simply find us on Facebook. We're out of here, but before we go, as we say every week, remember, there's never a better time than now to go out there and start up.